always forget when I do this. Uh, if it needs to be in portrait or landscape mode. Let's see. Let me rotate this. Let's see if I rotate it. Let me put it in here. Give me a second, folks. Give me a second. I never get it right. Anyway, I said that I'm making in the process of making the dial for Popeye. Once I get this phone turned around the right way, then I'll share with you guys kind of what I'm trying to do here. Let's see if I got this lined up right. Let's see. Let me adjust it. So there we go. I think that'll work. Hopefully, let me go over here to. All right. So what I'm doing here. Let me turn off the feedback for my speaker. What I'm doing is I have a really cool Mezco Popeye that man, he's really super awesome. And I created. Let me grab some of these little boxes to share with you to show you what I made, kind of, or some of the stuff that I made for him. I'm gonna grab a couple. If I don't bang the camera. So I made a couple, and these boxes are made out of popsicle sticks, right, and rope and some other things. Some popsicle sticks that stained in some steel wool and vinegar and whatever other dark fluid I could find. But this Popeye, oh, and let me get these barrels. These are super cool too. So let me just share really quickly these things here so you can see what I'm trying to do, I guess. So I took some, a bunch of popsicle sticks that I have here, and let me shut my door. I took and stained them a while back, and I thought, well, what am I going to use these for? I don't know, but they're stained, so we'll figure something out. And then I finally got a hold of a Popeye on eBay for a reasonable price. And I thought, well, cool, let's make some cool, like sea cargo type wooden crates. And that would be pretty cool. So that's what I did anyway. I took and made the crates here with popsicle sticks and just some rope. I was gonna airbrush these, but I actually kind of like the color of them as they are. I may airbrush some shadows in them or a little bit of grime toward the base or something. But I really kind of like the way they look as is. But look at this Mezco Popeye. If this isn't super cool, man, this guy is so cool. Then I went to the dollar store, and the dollar store, I like to go there because they often have these, chill, homie. They often have these, they're 1/12 scale. They're dollhouse scale anyway. I'm not sure if they're actually 1/12 because they come so randomly put together with legs shorter than the others and pieces broken. But it's cool because that kind of, that adds to, I don't have to break it myself. The imperfections add really to the piece, and so I like that. But anyway, I airbrushed some chairs today. I got probably 3 or 4 of these chairs. I airbrushed them. I put some dark black wash in there with the sponge to kind of give some texture to the seat part of it. Anyway, so, you know, and then another cool thing, I don't know if any of you are interested, but I always am on the lookout for barrels. And I have barrels like this that I had some friends, a friend 3D print me. But let me share with you, I bought on Amazon a case. I'm going to have barrels. No shortage of barrels anytime soon. I bought a case of these barrels of slime on Amazon, and I forget, let me see how many come in here. It doesn't say how many come in here. Well, a dang lot of them come in this box. Probably 3, 6, 9, 12 barrels anyway come in this box, and it's like $15, right? So I'm like, score. Let me get some barrels. Let me paint them up, you know, with some different, I just kind of rattle can these and put some cartoony placards on here, bang, bang, stuff like that. But, you know, they come out pretty decent for you know, rattle can and some not dollar store, Amazon cans of barrels of slime. Pretty cool. So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you folks. I'm working on this set and going to be making a Popeye scene with this. And I wanted to share with you also really kind of just how I'm going to make the texture in the wood floor on this pink, let me see if I can say this right, pink piece of foam. It's a lot of P's. Pink piece of foam. Pink piece of XPS foam. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hopefully I can hear while I'm doing this when you guys chime in, and I can see who comes up online. Hey, what's going on, man? Let me yeah, right on. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, cool Popeye, huh? This guy's so super awesome. You know, I can't wait to shoot him. And I've been trying to get a Popeye, but man, they're so pricey. And I bought this one with all the accessories. He had everything complete, just no box. And I still give like $130 or something for him with no box. But I don't care, man. I needed a Popeye. Let me just set him right there. See if we can scooch him over a little bit. And at any rate, I want to just share how I'm going to make this this piece of XPS foam. If you can see it on here, let me bring up the texture on here. I'm making a wooden floor, and you can kind of see the texture in here that I'm doing. And all I'm using is a shim. I just got done putting some new windows in my house, and so I have all these shims, and I'm like, perfect, man. This will make some wooden texture in my floor. And all I do, you know, just drag it across the foam to create the texture of the wood. This foam picks up nicely all the grooves of the shim. And yeah, it is kind of pricey, man. You know, that's one reason I like the NECA figures, because they're so much less expensive. And I like the horror figures. But, you know, the Popeye, there's some Mezco figures that I really, really like. And, yeah, they're expensive. That's for sure, man. But, you know, what can you do? You know, you just gotta, I like the NECA Jason. There's a couple NECA. I got a NECA Freddy. I mean, not NECA, Mezco. And I do, I like the Mezco, some of the Mezco horror figures that they have, but they can add up really quickly, man. And one thing I like about the NECA figures is, first of all, that they're pretty inexpensive, but they do focus on a lot of the horror, and I like the horror figures. They're not as posable is articulate and flexible. They do come with quite a few accessories. And you know, what they lack in posing, they really make up for in detail. Speaking about the NECA figures, I do like the NECA, and I do buy NECA quite often. But this Popeye is just tops, man. He's really, really cool, and I'm happy to have gotten him. And so I'm creating this wooden floor panel for a shoot for him. And I used to have a wooden floor panel that was really cool, but I gave it away free to somebody like a bonehead. And so now I gotta make another one. But you can see how really nicely this pink foam picks up the texture. Once I put the texture in, I'm going to go through and create the little ripped boards and things like that. But I just wanted to spend a little time on here and share with you folks kind of, you know, my goal and what I'm working on over the next, you know, couple weeks as far as video and photography goes with some toy stuff here. You can really see, yeah, especially with the clothing, right? Man, they do look really cool. A friend of mine first turned me on to Mezco a couple years ago, and I really, you know, he showed me a Wolverine, and I'm like, dude, that sucks. It looks like a stuffed animal, and I don't even want that. But then I saw some other figures that Mezco had, and I'm like, whoa. You know, once you get past the price, you know, like the Harlequin, you know, looks really super cool. The Spider-Mans are super awesome. I'm not really a fan of a lot of superheroes, you know, but the Spider-Man, I mean, I really liked him, and I bought him a while back. But you're right, they do have some awesome, you know, clothing, and this guy here came with like all these alternate beanies and all types of alternate like little jacket and some raincoats and rain hats, man, and some different pipes. I mean, he came with some incredible details, man, and that really makes the price a little more tolerable. And if I can find them used, you know, then I'll buy them used, because, you know, it's not that I collect these toys, but I like to photograph them, and kind of by default, I guess I collect them, but I'm not interested in collecting them to the extent where, you know, I don't care if the box gets damaged or any of that. I don't really care about that, because I do this for photography. The toys are cool, and I love them, but I'm not interested really in collecting them like, you know, unopened box and all those different, you know, things people get caught up in. I don't care about any of that stuff. I do this for the photography. First and foremost, that's what I do. I've been doing photography for quite a long time, and so that's really where I fall with this. I love photographing the toys, just because it's just a super cool little miniature world that you can get lost in, and it's really fun, especially in the winter time when I don't get to go outside as much and do the nature photography and stuff. Yeah, thanks, man. You know what? I suck at hashtags, man. I suck at keywording. I suck at all that stuff. I make the video, and man, I just hope somebody finds it, you know. And as far as hashtags, I don't know. Like I say, I'm not really knowledgeable in those things. I thought the keywords when you make the video. Oh, you know what? But actually on live, I guess it's different. When I do it on live, it's different than when I just do keywords for a video that I upload. But you're right. I need a hashtag manager, because I suck at all that stuff, you know. And I do. I mean, there's people who do this that are so brilliant, man. and so awesome as far as their talent and what they have the patience to create. It's really, really a pretty neat community of people who come up with some awesome creative ways to build these little sets and scenes. And you know, I'm happy just to be like involved in it in whatever capacity I am. I do wish, you're right, I do wish more dang people would watch, but I don't know how to get that to happen. So, you know, uh we'll just see what happens. And as far as Instagram goes, doing hashtags on Instagram and stuff like that, I need to get more involved in TikTok and all that too, and the little Instagram reels and the little TikTok videos. It's just it, man. Sometimes I don't think people want to see me carving out foam. You know, sometimes I think I just want to show them the photography end of it, but because there's a million people that make wooden floors out of styrofoam, and so I kind of discount the fact that people might be interested in watching me do it just because there's so many other people that do it. But then again, I guess by the same token, there's a million other people that do photography too. So, you know, perhaps I should do more videos where I'm, you know, building stuff or painting stuff, more than just the photography in game of it, you know, and that would definitely create more content too. But sometimes you know, I'm not really a fan of how it looks on live stream for me anyway, because I'm using my phone. I guess I could live stream some other my GoPro or something, but I'm more of a fan of a finished product. I'm not a live stream person. I like to polish the voice. I like to color grade the video. You know, I don't like all the raw stuff. I sound like Joe Pesci, and I don't want to do that. So, you know, but you can see how easy this is, you know. Let's see, copy and paste. Let me see. Let me scroll. Let me go over here to my monitor and see what this. So copy and paste these into. Okay, let me copy and paste this. Let's see. Copy. I don't know where I pasted at though in the live. Where do I paste it? Let's see. Yeah, where do I paste it at, man? I'll copy it, but where do I paste it? Do I have to paste it on my phone, or do I paste it on the? Because I'm using my phone right now. I don't know where I paste this at. Create a poll. Blah blah. Custom emojis. Yeah, I don't know where I would paste it at. Let's see. So you can really see all the texture that has come from using a piece of stick onto this foam here. You know, and then kind of what I'm going to do from here is just go through and kind of tease it out a little bit more, create some little ripped ends and some little imperfections in the wood, you know, and in random spots just kind of create some different drag marks in there. And then well, I'm not going to show the whole tutorial because that would be boring, because I still got to airbrush this and everything else. Let's see. But I do want to go in here and show. Let me snap another little piece of this off. I'll just go in here and kind of, let me make a little finer point on this shim. You can use a popsicle stick for this also, but I just want to go in here and kind of rough up the edges of between each piece of wood, you know, kind of like this, and just kind of jagged them up a little bit. Because no piece of wood, you know, this kind of wood anyway, these old wooden planks that I'm trying to get, they're not uniform and nice, straight, perfectly cut. So we'll just go through and randomly add some imperfections in through here that I can throw some gray wash or black wash into. And I've recently got into this airbrushing, man. I kind of suck at it, but fortunately the things that I build don't need to be perfect. They just need to look kind of aged and weathered, and so my airbrushing fits that. It's pretty, I'm pretty good for making things look tore up with the airbrush. You know, so we'll just go through here and randomly poke. And this is pretty tedious. It's not like it's something fast that you can do. This takes a minute to do, but the end result really comes out looking pretty awesome and believable. You know, kind of pockmark this up a little bit. Go through each boring plank of wood and do it, you know. I've got time, that's for sure. And I see a lot of, you know, toy photography, Instagram, and different channels on YouTube, and, you know, there's so many people that do some awesome stuff, man, that are just really incredible. At the end of the day, you know, there's some pretty creative minds, you know, that are doing the toy photography. I did do food photography. My side business from my regular job, I do drone work. I've done photography for restaurants for menus and stuff like that. Go to edit video. After it's finished, scroll down, you should see a section for hashtags. All right, cool. I will do that. I appreciate it. And I'm kind of like Kevin Costner. If you build it, they will come. You know. I like making the content, but all the editing and that stuff, man. Or you know, all the hashtags and those different things that you need to get a video out there. I'm just not that up on those. Then I try to watch videos on YouTube, keywording and all that stuff. Gee whiz, they're incredibly boring videos. But I do need to get, and I should, you're right, I do think I should have a few more followers anyway. You know, than I do. Not because I'm super excellent, but just because I think this is a big community, and everybody has something to input, and I think, you know, I have some stuff that's valuable also, that would warrant a few more viewers, you know, than I have. But anyway, so this is what I'm going to be doing for the evening. And we're going to get this thing made up, and my video that I'm creating now is going to show the steps of this and how I go from the blank piece of foam to, you know, the finished foam board and the actual diorama. So after airbrushing and everything. So, you know, I'm going to get off of here and focus on this, and I will edit my video with those hashtags where I appreciate it. I appreciate you watching, and I'm going to make a little Instagram reel too, and heck, man, have a good night, and I'm going to turn this rascal off and get back to doing some work here, man. Take care, buddy.